Welcome NCIS Fast Gossip Channel. Please subscribe. David McCallum's passing has been tough on everyone, not least on his family. They were able to be by his side and say their last goodbyes before he passed away, and now the NCIS star has been honored by family, friends, and former colleagues. That includes his former co-star, Mark Harmon. David and Mark worked together for many years on NCIS. Given that they were colleagues for so long, they usually spent many hours together, both on and off set. But during shooting, sometimes the actors and crew like to do fun things to keep the spirit up. Mark Harmon was the main prankster on the NCIS set. However, some people were intentionally left out of these shenanigans. Years ago, David McCallum revealed the real reason why his co-star never played any practical jokes on him. David McCallum was a loved actor and musician throughout his entire career. But compared to many others in the business, he found success having two completely different careers in different eras. Born on September 19, 1933, in Glasgow, Scotland, McCallum followed in his parents' footsteps by becoming a musician. He studied at the Royal Academy of Music in London, England, but not long after, he left for the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. In 1946, he joined the Actors' Equity and began working for BBC Radio. Then, several years later, in repertory theater. It was there that McCallum starred in several productions, such as Julius Caesar and Amadeus. After McCallum moved to the U.S. and was cast as Ilya Kuryakin in the television hit show The Man from UNCIS, success came fast. He was nominated for 2 Emmy Awards for his performance. The Man from UNCIS ended up being a huge hit, with McCallum staying on the show for a total of 105 episodes over 4 years. While he may have been starstruck when he met the guest stars on The Man from UNCIS, by the time the series reached the pinnacle of its success, the Scottish actor had become a major star in his own right. According to an interview with Press and Journal, David received more fan mail than anyone else in Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's history, including superstars like Elvis Presley. Once, he visited the White House, and while being escorted to meet the president, a Secret Service agent told him, "You're the reason I got this job." In the mid-1960s, McCallum landed a record deal, releasing 4 albums with Capitol Records. He worked with composer and producer David Axelrod, recording his own songs and interpretations of many famous hits, including I Can't Get No Satisfaction, Louie Louie, and Downtown. Some of McCallum's songs became huge years later. His most famous song, The Edge, was sampled by rap artist Dr. Dre as the intro and riff for his track The Next Episode. David McCallum as Ducky on NCIS. McCallum was a massive star and a fan favorite throughout the 1960s. In later years, he garnered a new, younger crowd thanks to his performances on NCIS. In 2003, he appeared on the hit show for the first time as Ducky and never left. I was working with Jim Dale on New York's Park Avenue back in 2002 when I got a call from my agent asking me if I was interested in auditioning for the role of a lecherous doctor in a new medical drama, McCallum recalled. I thought to myself, why not? The same day, McCallum found out that he had nailed the audition. So he landed the part, and the rest is history. To date, McCallum has starred as Ducky in 423 episodes of the show. A byproduct is that his fan base has once again grown to monolithic proportions. However, that didn't only span to fans but also coworkers. Over the years, David McCallum had worked with many talented actors, and some of them were even considered idols in his eyes. Once he was cast on NCIS, it turned out that he was someone who other very prominent actors looked up to. David worked with the likes of Sean Murray and Polly Perrette through his NCIS stint. However, maybe the most prominent star was Mark Harmon, starring as the one and only Larry Jethro Gibbs. According to reports, when Harmon met David McCallum for the first time, he was starstruck. The two appeared on a 2003 episode of JG together. Harmon was excited to meet McCallum, saying he couldn't believe he was shaking the famous hand of Ilya Kuryakin, McCallum's character in The Man from UNCIS. "I can't imagine I'm shaking the hand of Ilya Kuryakin," executive producer Stephen D. Binder recalled Harmon saying. For his part, McCallum had a hilarious reaction. "Good God, man, that was 40 years ago."